Lisa, I can tell you that if Herbert's eating this, you're eating it too.
Like and subscribe right now or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. On My 600-Pound Life, we have seen various stories of participants who went on incredible journeys of shedding weight. But while others succeeded in their missions, some of them failed while trying to lose weight to get slim. But despite all the efforts of doctors and crew members, participants were caught cheating on the meal plan, which is very common amongst the participants. But the way they cheat is totally unique and different. So here are my 600-Pound Life patients who cheated on Dr. Now's strict diet. Let's roll. James King. James King is one of those patients on the show who always had faced the most hard times. Actually, because of his appearance, he literally faced criticism, and because of his other not-so-good attributes. He was quite so stubborn and rigid that when he was induced into the show, still he didn't even try a little bit to lose the weight for his own well-being. All of his gestures and actions were crystal clear that he was not a little bit interested in creating a healthy change in his life, but however, it isn't entirely his own fault as his wife was the one who was to blame. Because being a wife of James, she played the role of such an evil woman in his life because she was totally sabotaging James's weight loss plan despite the Dr. Now's several attempts and counseling sessions. Dr. Now reported most of the time that Lisa is guilty for all that as she was feeding James junk food whether he demanded it or not. What a pure stupidity and rebelliousness. Even the little kids don't show such rigidness and messed up behavior. Dr. Now and all the medical staff were so fed up with this kind of behavior of Lisa that they asked the hospital staff to guard James's room and not allow anyone to meet him, especially his evil wife with food. At last, Dr. Now called Adult Protective Services on James King's girlfriend for bringing food for him. By the way, as James did not even manage to shed a few pounds, his journey was nothing more than a blade and failure, and according to the doctors, he was the worst participant who ever came on the show.
You gonna give me one little rig, bro?
I gave you two.
Oh.
Chuck Turner. At his first weigh-in, Chuck was nearing 700 pounds, and by the follow-up appointment, he got the okay for getting gastric bypass surgery after losing 30 pounds. I guess in season 2, getting approved for surgery was a little bit easier. But yeah, anyways, I could be wrong. Well, after undergoing the gastric bypass operation, Chuck became less fat and lost some of his weight, but he did admit on camera that surgery might have helped him in losing weight, but didn't help him to control cravings as surgery can't take it. After surgery, his craving began getting so out of control that he actually went to a McDonald's drive-thru to get some eggs in Palekin. According to Chuck, eggs are protein and therefore they are healthy. But if you ask me, then the protein excuse is so ambiguous and common for cheating on the diet with lower carbs, quite a line of reasoning with patients on the show, but still it is a very pretty unhealthy food item. I'm literally sorry, Chuck, but it's quite mean of you as you are not seriously related to your health because no matter how high protein and low carb your McDonald's takeout might be, still it's an unhealthy meal to consume. If you really want to have some, then you should just make some eggs and bacon at home because I don't even get the point behind your idea of going all the way to McDonald's just for such a cheap cheat meal. It wasn't even worth it, dude.
And an order of bacon. Now that my surgery's been done and it's over with.
Octavia Gahagens. Dr. Now decided to keep Octavia in the hospital for a while after running some tests on her to reduce her 692-pound weight with a hope to get her able to stand up on her own feet for her betterment and well-being. She finally lost almost 180 pounds after 2 months at the hospital by following a strict diet of 1,200 calories a day. After that, she was supposed to lose at least 30 pounds more and to keep going by following her physical therapy in the next month just after getting discharged from the hospital. But unfortunately, by the next appointment, Octavia did not take this advice on doing more than half of her progress. Later on, in her next episode, there was some tension between her and one of her close friends, so they both decided to have a cheat day so they could chop it. Therefore, they were seen ordering a bunch of Popeye's fried chicken and both enjoyed having them together. Not just that, Octavia unsurprisingly also started skipping her therapy appointments and follow-up meetings with Dr. Now. And when she finally appeared on the follow-up appointment with Dr. Now, where she was asked to weigh in, it was revealed that instead of losing 30 pounds, she actually had gained almost 40 pounds more. That means that she wasn't following the diet plan and was cheating on it, and all of her and Dr. Now's progress at the hospital went down the drain.
I love her so much that I give to her. It's hard to tell her no, but this is all we know.
Megan Davis. In Megan's case, Dr. Now was so confident as he supposed that she might do it. But however, Megan failed her first and second weight loss goals. But still, Dr. Now stated that her progress had been consistent even if it's slow. Therefore, at the second follow-up appointment, he admitted Megan into the weight loss program and encouraged her to move down to Houston so she could create a change in her life. After getting approved for surgery, she should have motivated herself to keep going and making progress by following the strict diet plan to hit her next goal. But what did she do? She did the total opposite of what she was supposed to. When she hangs out with her dad, Megan is tempted to cheat before moving to Houston. Apparently, as their relationship has always revolved around consuming food, therefore, to bond over, the daughter and father ended up ordering a bunch of pizza. I mean, what was that, Megan? Weren't you supposed to follow the diet? If you don't want to, then why did you come to the show in the first place? And if I could add something then, to be honest, this most likely was not the only time that Megan cheated on Dr. Now's strict diet plan, because at the end, she didn't meet her third weight loss.
To do whatever it takes to keep moving forward so I can get to where I want.
Lisa Fleming. A participant who never takes an initiative of her own is no one but Lisa Fleming, who does not realize that even when someone kind enough does that for her, it makes it even more difficult for herself to qualify for weight loss. From the very beginning of the show, she lacks commitment and shows no interest in becoming slim and whatsoever. Not just that, she also has no interest in leading a healthy life. Despite all this attitude of her, the doctors were still willing to help her so she could get back on her feet. But in spite of all her resistance, as she is just way too much for anyone to handle, she is too hard to control. So that's obvious. It was not a surprising thing for you to know that she was sneaking junk food and unhealthy snacks into her and cheating the diet she has been prescribed not to use. Well, not only this, you know what makes Dr. Now disappointed? Well, when Dr. Now sent a nutritionist over to Lisa's place to help her along the way, Lisa started being totally her. I mean, totally stupid and stubborn. By the way, when the nutritionist started to go through her fridge, she started doing side eyes from the bed. But on the other hand, the nutritionist didn't take too much time and found some questionable, unprescribed items from Lisa's fridge that was forbidden for her. Actually, the nutritionist found a stash of junk food which included some donuts, 2 pizza rolls, ice cream, and lasagna, which she hid in the fridge. But Lisa started acting innocent and started claiming that she doesn't know anything related to it and asserted that all that junk food belongs to her boyfriend. But if you ask me, I would say that none of the viewers could believe that the whole unhealthy food only belongs to Lisa's boyfriend. It was a crystal clear lie because except the junk, there was nothing healthy to have, and they both share the same fridge. So when it got clear that stash belonged to her, everyone made up their mind, and she isn't close to losing those 30 to 40 pounds anytime soon to get qualified for gastric bypass surgery. Because Lisa has a dangerous mindset, as it is obvious that she prioritizes junk food over her own health, the nutritionist was seen trashing all the junk items into the bin. But if Hubert still continues enabling Lisa by keeping the junk food with thousands of empty calories around her, then such an environment will slowly kill her.
Lisa, I can tell you that if Herbert's eating this, you're eating it too.
Paula Jones. In 2014, when Paula Jones was 39 years old, she appeared on the show just after 1 year of her husband's death. His death was a very tragic and powerful motivation for her, as her husband passed away from obesity-related complications, weighing 600 pounds, and her weight wasn't much less than her husband, 542 pounds. She was worried that as her late husband, if she faced the same fate then, and so her kids had to live on their own. Therefore, she decided to move to finally deal with her obesity issue and to be near Dr. Now's office with her 4 kids from Georgia to Houston, Texas. Paula joined the show as being very optimistic and highly motivated individual with the hope that she would lose some serious weight for her well-being and for her kids. Well, her workout routine and plan was tough, that's a fact, but she made it tougher by motivating herself to ruin her own progress as she started cheating on her own meal plan. After a heavy and hard workout, she stopped at a drive-thru to get a burrito as a reward for doing workout. But Paula dear, what's the use of such a workout if you are gaining all or more than what you just lost?
Surgery is not going to change my diet. Surgery will allow me to start to lose the weight so that I can exercise more.
Well, that's all guys for today with my 600-pound life patients who cheated on Dr. Now's strict diet. Thanks for watching, and if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.